Hi, everyone. Listen carefully because what I'm about to share with you is the key that separates those who talk from those who truly walk in greatness. Have you ever noticed how some people broadcast every move they make as if announcing their plans will guarantee success? Yet, more often than not, their noise drowns. You see, the loudest voices don't always win the race. Sometimes it's the quiet ones, those who work in the shadows, who unleash their power when no one is watching. Why? Because victory isn't about applause before the battle. It's about the undeniable triumph that commands attention after the fight is won. Imagine the force you could become if you stopped explaining your journey and started perfecting your craft in silence. The world is waiting not for your excuses, but for your results. Have you ever wondered why some people scream their ambitions from the rooftops, yet achieve little, while others quietly build empires that the world only discovers when it's too late to catch up? There's a powerful lesson hidden in that silence, one that the loudest voices often miss. Success doesn't thrive in noise, it thrives in silence. Think about it. Noise is distraction. Noise is premature exposure. When you're constantly telling everyone what you're doing, you invite doubt, criticism, and unnecessary pressure. You make your progress public before it's even real progress. And in that moment, you give away your power. The moment you share your plans prematurely, you lose the advantage of surprise. You lose the sacred space where true growth happens. Away from eyes that judge, opinions that weigh, and distractions that derail. Silence, on the other hand, is fertile ground. It is the quiet forge where ambition is refined and resilience is tempered. It's in silence that you can focus without interruption. It's where you wrestle with your weaknesses, push beyond your limits, and nurture your potential in private. This is where the real work gets done, the hard, sometimes lonely work that nobody sees, but everyone eventually feels the impact of. Why is silence so powerful? Because it shields you from the noise of the world, allowing your mind to concentrate on what matters most: your craft, your skills, your vision. When you stop announcing every step, you give yourself the freedom to fail without fear of judgment. You give yourself permission to learn, adjust, and grow quietly without the burden of having to prove anything to anyone. This is the soil where greatness takes root. There's something almost sacred about the silence before a storm of success. It's the calm before the breakthrough, the time when your work builds momentum unseen, when the doubters are silent and your inner voice is loudest. This silence isn't empty, it's full of potential, of strategy, of preparation. It's a pause that holds the power to catapult you beyond where you ever imagined. We live in a world obsessed with visibility and validation. Social media demands constant updates, likes, and shares. It tempts us to believe that being seen equals being successful. But visibility without substance is a hollow victory. It's easy to shine in the spotlight, but it takes real courage and discipline to thrive in the shadows where the hard work happens. Success that grows in silence is authentic. It's built on foundations so strong that when the time comes to reveal it, it commands respect, not just attention. People don't remember the noise you made along the way. They remember what you accomplished. And those accomplishments speak volumes louder than any words ever could. Imagine the power you hold when you choose silence over noise, when you decide that your efforts are sacred and not for public debate, when you focus so intensely on your purpose that distractions fall away and your energy is reserved for action, not explanation, This is the mindset that transforms potential into reality, dreams into legacies. Silence allows you to protect your vision from the naysayers who don't understand it. It guards your progress from impatience that can make you rush and stumble. It creates a space where focus deepens and commitment strengthens. It's the hidden dimension where success is quietly forged, step by deliberate step. So if you find yourself tempted to broadcast your journey before it's ready, remember this: noise is a thief of momentum. It scatters your energy and invites doubt where you need belief. Embrace silence instead. Let your efforts simmer out of sight. Let your progress be your secret weapon, because the greatest success stories are often born in the quiet, far away from the clamor of premature applause. Your silence is your strength. Guard it well. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to get caught up in telling the world what you're about to do? Your big plans, your dreams, your next steps, only to find yourself stuck in the telling and never actually moving forward? There's a powerful trap in broadcasting your plans before you've taken the steps to make them real. It's a trap that steals your momentum, fragments your focus, and often leads to disappointment. The secret is this: focus on your work, not on broadcasting your plans. When you're busy explaining every intention, every goal, and every ambition, your energy is split. Instead of pouring your time and effort into the actual doing, you expend it on crafting the perfect message, seeking approval, and defending your ideas before they've been proven. The distraction isn't obvious at first, but over time, it chips away at your productivity. You become more invested in perception than in progress. Imagine an athlete who spends more time talking about winning the race than training for it. Or an artist who shares every rough sketch before finishing the masterpiece. What if the real power lies in silence and relentless focus, working behind the scenes until your efforts come to life, fully formed, undeniable, and ready to make an impact? The truth is, those who achieve greatness understand that talking about what you will do is easy. Doing it requires discipline, persistence, and a focused mind. There's something magnetic about someone who just quietly works. People are drawn to action because action breeds results. Words without action fade away, but action, real, consistent, focused action, builds momentum, grows confidence, and earns respect. When you focus on your work rather than your words, you create an energy that can't be ignored. You build a reputation not on what you say you will do, but on what you actually accomplish. Focus means resisting the temptation to share every thought, every plan, and every step with everyone around you. It means recognizing that not everyone needs to be privy to your journey. Some things are meant to be nurtured in privacy until they are strong enough to stand on their own. When you understand this, you protect your time, your energy, and your spirit from unnecessary distractions and doubt. There's also a vulnerability in sharing unfinished work. When you speak about your goals before they are realized, you expose yourself to criticism, skepticism, and sometimes discouragement. While feedback can be helpful, too much exposure early on can undermine your confidence. It invites opinions from people who aren't invested in your success and who may not understand your vision fully. By focusing inward and working quietly, you shield your progress from negativity and keep your mind sharp and clear. Focus is not just about working hard, it's about working smart. It's about prioritizing what matters most and saying no to everything that pulls you away from your goals. When you fix your eyes on the work itself, your motivation shifts from external validation to internal drive. You stop seeking permission and approval from the outside world because your commitment comes from within. There is also a powerful connection between focus and mastery. The more you focus on honing your skills, perfecting your craft, and building your capacity, the closer you come to excellence. Excellence isn't announced, it's demonstrated. It's proven through consistent effort. through showing up day after day, through quiet dedication. When your work shines, the world will notice, and you won't have to remind them. Focus doesn't mean isolation or secrecy. It means discipline. It means setting boundaries on what you share and when you share it. It means understanding that your time and energy are precious resources and they deserve protection. By focusing on the work instead of broadcasting your plans, you create a powerful momentum that words alone can never generate. So next time you feel the urge to tell everyone about your grand vision, pause and ask yourself, is this going to move me closer to my goal, or is it just noise? Because when you prioritize your work, your actions become your voice. Your results become your story. And that story will resonate far deeper and longer than any announcement ever could. Remember, real success is built on the foundation of focused effort, not on the echo of empty words. Have you ever stopped to think about where real power comes from? Not the kind that's loud and flashy, but the kind that moves mountains quietly, that shapes destinies without demanding attention. True power is not something you announce with fanfare or parade before others. It's something that is built in the unseen moments, in the private corners of determination and discipline. True power is built privately and revealed publicly. There is a profound difference between power that is constructed for show and power that is cultivated with patience and purpose. The former is fragile, often collapsing under pressure or scrutiny. The latter is unshakable because it is forged in the fires of consistency, humility, and relentless effort. It is the kind of power that doesn't need validation because it validates itself through results. Think of it like this. A tree doesn't announce its growth every day. It quietly expands its roots deep into the earth, unseen, before it bursts through the soil and displays its full strength to the world. If it tried to prove its power before it was ready, it would wither under the eyes of doubt and impatience. But because it builds quietly, it becomes a mighty force of nature that cannot be ignored. When you understand that true power is built privately, your entire approach to life shifts. You start valuing the quiet discipline that others overlook. You begin to appreciate the long hours, the sacrifices, the moments when no one is watching and no applause is given. These moments are where your character is shaped and your strength is multiplied. This is the work that prepares you for the public victories that follow. Public success is the visible tip of an iceberg whose massive base is hidden beneath the surface. People often admire the achievements without realizing the sweat, setbacks, and silent battles that came before. The truth is, the more power you have, built privately, the more spectacular your public victories will be. And these victories will speak volumes because they come from a foundation of genuine strength. There is also a strategic advantage in building your power privately. When you keep your plans and progress under wraps, you protect yourself from the distractions of doubt, jealousy, and interference. You safeguard your energy, your focus, and your resolve. It's a kind of stealth preparation that allows you to move faster and hit harder when it's time to step into the spotlight. Public revelation of power is not about arrogance or boasting. It's about timing and impact. It's about choosing the right moment to unveil your progress so that it carries weight and influence. When your power is revealed at the right time, it commands respect and inspires others. It shifts perceptions and opens doors. But if revealed too soon, before it is fully formed, it risks being dismissed or misunderstood. Consider the stories of great leaders, innovators, and creators throughout history. Many of them worked in silence for years, building their expertise and honing their vision away from the public eye. When they finally revealed their work, the world was forced to take notice, not because they shouted, but because their results demanded attention. Their power was undeniable precisely because it was built privately. Building power privately also nurtures patience and perseverance. It teaches you to trust the process, to believe in your potential even when no one else does, and to keep going when progress seems slow or invisible. This inner strength is what sustains you through challenges and setbacks. It is what transforms ordinary efforts into extraordinary achievements. Power built privately is also power that is sustainable. It's the kind of power that doesn't burn out quickly, but grows steadily over time. It's rooted in values, in mastery, in a clear sense of purpose. When you invest in building this kind of power, you are investing in a legacy that lasts beyond fleeting moments of fame or recognition. So, if you're tempted to rush into the spotlight before you're ready, remember this: true power doesn't beg for attention, it earns it. It grows quietly in the background, nurtured by discipline, focus, and resilience. And when it finally reveals itself, it changes the game, not just for you, but for everyone watching. Guard your private power carefully. Cultivate it with care, because when you do, your public victories will be unstoppable. Have you ever been in a room full of people where someone is talking loudly about their plans, dreams, and promises, yet you find yourself more drawn to the quiet person whose actions speak louder than words? There's something magnetic about results. They don't ask for attention, they command it. Results speak louder than words ever will. Words are easy. Anyone can promise, claim, or announce something. But results are hard-earned. They require discipline, sacrifice, persistence, and a level of commitment that most never reach. While words float in the air and are quickly forgotten, results leave a mark. They create a legacy that outlives fleeting conversations and empty promises. Think about the last time you trusted someone. Did you trust them because of what they said or because of what they actually did? Most often, trust is built on consistent actions, not on persuasive speech. This is why people respect those who produce results more than those who simply talk about what they intend to do. Results prove capability, credibility, and character. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in the noise of promises and declarations. Social media feeds are filled with people announcing their goals, their progress, and their success, sometimes before any real progress has been made. This culture of broadcasting can create the illusion of achievement without substance. But true success doesn't need to be shouted from the rooftops. It silently demands respect when it appears. Results are the language of success. They transcend cultures, languages, and opinions. They communicate one undeniable message: this person has done the work. They have overcome obstacles, learned from failures, and pushed beyond limits. No matter how loud the noise around them, results cut through because they are tangible, measurable, and undeniable. There's also an emotional power in results. They inspire hope. They ignite belief, not just in yourself, but in those around you. When people see that you've turned your vision into reality, it encourages them to believe that they can do the same. Your results become a beacon, lighting the path for others to follow. Words can inspire, but results prove that inspiration is possible. Many fail because they become trapped in the cycle of talking without doing. They seek validation from others before they have something to show. They spend time crafting the perfect narrative instead of crafting their skills, building their knowledge, or completing the work necessary to succeed. This cycle keeps them stuck, always planning, never producing. Results also bring clarity. They give you feedback that words never can. When you act, you learn what works and what doesn't. You adjust your course and improve your approach. Words, on the other hand, often mask reality. They can create false confidence or delay necessary action. Results are honest. They don't lie or exaggerate. They reveal the truth about your efforts. The people who win in life are those who understand this deeply. They don't waste energy explaining every move. Instead, they channel their energy into creating, building, and delivering. Their results become their voice, a powerful, undeniable statement that echoes louder than any speech or promise ever could. Consider the impact of a completed project, a solved problem, a goal achieved, or a dream realized. These are the moments when your hard work becomes visible and undeniable. They are the moments when others stop questioning and start respecting. When your results speak, they open doors that words alone cannot. So, the next time you feel the urge to explain yourself, to justify your dreams, or to broadcast your plans, pause and ask, what am I doing to make these words real? Because it is your results that will ultimately define you. It is the work you complete, the challenges you overcome, and the progress you make that will resonate long after the words have faded. Remember this, words may inspire curiosity, but results inspire change. They build reputations, shift perceptions, and create opportunities. If you want to be heard and remembered, focus less on what you say and more on what you do. Let your results be the message the world can't ignore. Have you ever been mesmerized by someone's story, not because of the words they used, but because of what they did? There's a unique power in victories that aren't just personal milestones, but messages sent out to the world. Messages that inspire, challenge, and transform. Let your victories be the message that inspires others. Victories, whether big or small, carry a story. They speak of struggle, sacrifice, perseverance, and relentless effort. When you win, you aren't just crossing a finish line, you're showing others what's possible. Your success becomes a beacon of hope, a silent encouragement to those who are still fighting their own battles in the shadows. It says, without words, if I can do it, so can you. There's something profoundly emotional about witnessing someone else's triumph. It stirs something deep inside us. A recognition that effort pays off, that dreams can be realized, and that challenges can be overcome. Your victories can ignite that spark in others, giving them courage to keep going when their own journey feels impossible. The impact of your success reaches far beyond you. It ripples out, touching lives you may never even meet. But here's the key. For your victories to inspire, they must be authentic. They must be the result of real work, real struggle, and real growth. Victories that come from shortcuts or hollow efforts don't resonate. People can sense when success is earned and when it's just for show. Authentic victories carry weight because they come from a place of truth, discipline, and perseverance. Letting your victories be your message means focusing less on talking about your journey and more on making the journey count. It means understanding that your actions and achievements have a louder voice than any explanation or justification. When you win, quietly and deliberately, you set a standard not just for yourself, but for everyone watching. You become a living example of what dedication looks like. Imagine the impact you could have if every success you achieved was a testament to relentless focus and quiet determination. Your victories would speak for you in boardrooms, in communities, in families, and in hearts around the world. People would be drawn not to your words, but to your outcomes. And those outcomes would inspire change, belief, and hope. There's also a strategic brilliance in allowing your victories to speak. When you reveal your success at the right time, it has the power to disrupt doubts, silence critics, and shift perspectives. It turns skeptics into supporters and competitors into admirers. Your victory becomes a story of transformation that no argument or debate could ever win. But to let your victories be the message, you must first be willing to work in silence. You must be ready to put in the effort without immediate recognition. You must be willing to face setbacks and failures without broadcasting every moment. This kind of resilience is what makes your eventual victory so powerful. It's the triumph over not just the challenge, but over impatience and distraction. When your victories tell your story, they offer lessons without preaching. They inspire without demanding attention. They challenge others to rise without comparison or envy. Your victories become a legacy of possibility, showing what can be achieved through focus, faith in your own journey, and relentless effort. Think about the leaders, innovators, and change makers you admire most. Chances are their victories spoke louder than their words. Their achievements were the message that transformed industries, communities, and lives. They understood that impact is not about volume, but about substance. And substance is proven through victory. So as you navigate your own path, remember this: don't rush to explain or justify your journey. Instead, let your victories do the talking. Let every achievement be a chapter in a story that inspires others to believe, to act, and to persevere. Your victories are more than personal success. They are powerful messages that can uplift, motivate, and transform. Make your victories count, because the world is waiting to hear what you have truly accomplished. So, as you walk forward from here, remember this: you don't need to announce every step, prove every move, or explain your purpose to everyone watching. Focus in silence. Build privately. Let your victory speak. When you work with intention and discipline, without noise, without needing applause, your results will echo louder than any words ever could. True success is not declared, it is demonstrated. Keep your eyes on the goal. Let your consistency become your power. And when the time is right, let the world witness what quiet focus can truly accomplish. Thank you for your time, your attention, and your willingness to grow. Stay strong, stay focused, and may your next victory be louder than your last word. Good luck on your journey, and I'll see you in the spotlight.